there, scary story hounds. So glad you could make it back for night 10. You know, there are many stories about Halloween, its origins and its myths, but one thing seems to stay the same: obey the rules, or else. So, if you want to abide by the path set before you and end up with a bag of treats instead of tricks, or severed heads, have a listen to this little Halloween terror tale that I like to call I Saw Pumpkin Jack.
There is a local legend where I live about a monster known as Pumpkin Jack. Some say it's the spirit of a local come back to seek revenge on us all. Some say it's the true spirit of Samhain, only making itself known on Halloween night. But the truth is, no one knows where he comes from. Only a few people will tell you that they've seen him, as most never live to tell the tale. It's said that old Pumpkin Jack steals the heads of his victims and carves them into jack-o'-lanterns, leaving them lit on the banks of the river, warning those who may not believe in Halloween superstitions. Kids believe that they're just ghost stories, but I know better. It was Halloween night, and I was finally old enough to go trick-or-treating on my own. So, my friend Ronnie and I had been going house to house and filling up our pillowcases full of Halloween loot. When we had exhausted our little neighborhood, Ronnie suggested that we head to the next development over, only a short walk down a forested trail. I foolishly agreed and followed. We had been walking for a small while when we both spied a jack-o'-lantern sitting on the side of the path. I told him not to, but Ronnie never listened to me, and he smashed it with a powerful kick. The leaves rustled in a sudden gust of wind, immediately followed by an ominous laugh behind us. Turning, we saw nothing. I heard Ronnie yell out, and when I turned, I'll never forget what I saw. Its body was ragged and covered in tattered fabric. Its hands were more like large claws on ebony, gaunt fingers, and its head was simply a devilishly looking jack-o'-lantern. The thing had Ronnie in its grasp, and I reached for him, but the monster looked straight at me, and its carved smile twisted upward in a smirk. I backed up a step, and when I did, I fell back onto the ground. Before I could do anything else, that thing simply tore Ronnie's head from his shoulders, spraying me with his blood. What was left of his neck dangled beneath his slack jaw. The monster bellowed a laugh at me, and I blacked out. The following morning, I'd been found by a search party. Even upon seeing his body, no one believed my story at first. But a few days later, some members of the town reconsidered when another kid happened to find Ronnie's head on the riverbank, carved out eyes, nose, and mouth to create some twisted version of a jack-o'-lantern, and the warning crystal clear: obey the rules of Halloween, or else.
So, the next time you think about stomping out that jack-o'-lantern or stealing that entire bowl of candy, take heed. You are certainly being watched. But if these monsters in the dark have no hold over you, make sure to stop by again tomorrow for another treat for your Halloween sack. Until then, remember, rituals and traditions exist for a reason.